family, Leo family, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly energy. Whoop, whoop. So, I hope life is going well for you. Happy holidays to everyone who celebrated this past weekend. I hope it was beautiful for you. It was so gorgeous here. The weather was fabulous. We're just coming off of that full moon in Libra. So partnerships, partner dynamics have been, strong in focus. Actually, this karmic relationship card came out when I was shuffling before. So, options. Sorry, I'm like talking really weird right now. Yeah, options, decisions, unconventional, string along. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like we have to really we're in Aries season right now, right? So we're looking at ourselves, who we are, how our life is going, how we're showing up, making changes and adjustments. And then we have this full moon in Libra, which helps us look at our partners in view of ourselves, right? And how we show up in those relationships. And karmic relationships is just the concept of bringing someone in who teaches you a lesson, right? Who helps you see things about yourself that you might otherwise not. I love that though, Healing Heart. That really talks about taking the steps to do some of the healing work. And the healing work is not easy. We often do have to look at ourselves, maybe parts that we don't like, send a little bit of love there, you know. But you're gonna get that through this support. I love this card because it really does talk about the power of our community, the people that surround us, that give us that love and care, that can be the ear to listen to us or the shoulder to cry on, right? Not to be too dramatic, but legit, like it's, I think it makes the healing process way easier to be able to have that kind of community around you. And this is putting to bed, laying to rest, something that, I feel like it needs to be left behind. I feel like it needs to have, totally, double confirmation on that. And that can be a myriad of things. This is a collective reading, right? But that can be the way we act in our relationships or in our own life, the things that kind of separate us, remove us from having the life we want. I mean, that's what this really all is about, right? Life, the game of life, is enjoying it, finding pleasure. And when we make certain choices, when we act a certain way, when we choose certain things, it makes it really hard to enjoy it. If they're toxic, if they're kind of just like unhealthy patterns of behavior, people, we've all been there. Like on the practical, fundamental level, that law of attraction really means just like choosing the things that you truly want, right? Not what you think you want, not the superficial. I mean, I think like, whatever, that's going to be a downward spiral if I start off on that tangent. All right, let's see. Yeah, so new beginnings. I love this for you, Leo. There's a lot of opportunity for a fresh start. You might feel a little bit of lightness in your spirit, hopeful, vigilant. King of Swords energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who's really kind of strong, analytical, detached at times, not emotionally invested. But interestingly, because this is about emotional investment, and maybe this is places that you haven't emotionally invested in your relationships, or you've kind of, held people at arm's length. recognizing that you need certain things to be happy, right? I mean, and that kind of goes back to the almost tangent I was on, that like, right, like we can accumulate as much stuff in this lifetime, successes, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it really is about who we share it with, the relationships that we have. But we want to make sure that we're connecting with people that honor, love, respect, and we're giving that in return. Six of Cups energy, someone you know, someone you've had in your life for a long time. It could even stem back to childhood friend. Or like I said, it can even be the feeling of, you know, just someone that you do have that close connection with. New beginnings all across the board with that Ace of Wands. That's always like kind of a fiery energy. Having this connection, this desire, this passion, but then limiting yourself at the same time. Leo. Why? No. I think because, you know, there is this element of rationale that you want to maintain. Because you still are healing. You're still needing that support. You're not really, you don't feel like you are in a place that's stable enough yet. Not that you're unstable. That's not what I'm saying. Just in this situation, in this dynamic, right? We all have to like kind of find our grounding, our footing. But this, well, I mean, this is an individual. Yeah, it's like there is, I mean, well, there's the Leo card. So it's like, I hear this as twofold. You know, for some of you, you might be experiencing this through a person or situation, like leaving you behind, closing the door. But then there's also that energy of you walking away from and you leaving behind. So even if you are dealing with another person, situation, and you see it leaving you, you could be, you know, wanting the same thing. Maybe it is better that way. But with the Temperance energy, it's still messing with you a little bit. There's something about it that's like pulling up all this emotion because we still have this blocked energy with the Eight of Swords, Leo. So you kind of have to look at yourself, and that's part of this healing work, right, that we talked about. Look at yourself and saying, what am I blocking within me, right? Why am I feeling so emotional or triggered over this thing? Because it does show like a lot of, I mean, this is a lot of feelings, you know, a lot of connection, a lot of draw to this person or situation, but almost not really knowing what to do with it. And so you just don't make any decision. But then we have all this movement over here in their energy. Both of these cards are about transitioning, right? Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, walking away from, moving forward. But there is something around this still, you know. There's something that's like kind of holding this situation up. And I guess that would make sense because this hasn't completely manifested yet, right? That ending, letting go. It's still in the works. It's still in the process. But I think that it's empowering for you because you are ascending. You are leveling up. You're seeing things on a different level, like a higher perspective, bird's eye perspective. I mean, you know, and that's, I don't know. Okay, so why? Yeah, okay. So I asked why, like, you guys gotta talk. Which, like, I feel like this has, you know, I feel like this is a common theme amongst a lot of the zodiac readings, even the morning messages this past weekend, you know, but again, it makes sense. We just had that full moon in Libra, which is all about partnership. So there is this need to have a conversation in order to move forward, but you're both kind of approaching it. You're both being very diplomatic about it, but sometimes being too rational, I don't know, you know, it's not very successful. Life isn't very cut and dry, right? I mean, it's not, you can't, there's aspects of it, but all those aspects still embody the whole. So when you're too analytical, you know what I mean? It just makes it prolongs the process. Sorry, that took a minute for me to come out, right? With that Knight of Coins. It makes everything take that much longer. But I feel like there is still something underneath the surface, especially with that Tower. And I feel like that's part of the reason why things aren't being addressed. There is this value that sometimes things have to fall apart in order to come back together, right? In order to see what is there. Ten of Swords. I feel like someone, well, maybe not this combination. It was close though. This is, you know, this is why I feel like things are stagnant. This Tower, Ten of Swords. In the middle though, you have the Star, which is that healing energy. So I still feel like it's about trusting the process, right? Things might still be falling apart. Things still might feel uncomfortable, etc. But it needs to happen one way or another. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And as soon as it does, it's like, yeah, I feel like this little glow up, right? Boop. You get an elevator ride to the next floor. Next floor of enlightenment. Yeah. And then it's like this new beautiful thing is on the other side for you, Leo. Like, this is really fabulous. This is like new love, new partnership, someone who's way more grounded, stable, honorable, moral, traditional. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to mean like they have like really old school beliefs, right? It's just something that honors you way more, something that's more in alignment with who you are and with what you want. And this does make sense because it's come through in other readings. It's like getting this thing out of the way. Or this thing, sorry. Ooh, that popped out, right? It's the duality in everything, you know? I mean, I feel like it goes back to what I was saying in the very beginning, like being able to manifest is about making the choices. I hope I said that in this one, and I wasn't in the last video. I'm like, But legit, like that's the practical part, right, of manifesting. Okay, yeah, so being strategic with how you are playing. And this is not about manipulation, control, deception. It's not about any of that. It's about, like, you know, just anytime we have situations that are a little bit difficult to deal with, it does take time. It takes time for them to leave, to let go of the fears, the worries, the anxieties that surround it. And in order to do that, we have to move smart, right? We have to make smart decisions with how we manage ourselves, because it's going to be the foundation for the next thing that comes in, right? For this beauty, for this abundance that's like right around the corner. And it does come through this heart healing, whether we like it or not. Again, I know that like healing's not the most fun thing. You know, it's like way easier to say like, well, this person sucks. And you know what? Maybe they do. Maybe they do. And you can have that justification. It's also about like the more we stay there, like the more we limit ourselves, right? And this lesson, this karma has been about your ascension, which is dope at the end of the day. That's way cooler than playing the blame game. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm sending all the love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Know I'm here to support in any way. I love to help and empower. So reach out if you're interested. Big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community, guys. Thank you for your time and energy. Lots of love and blessings always.